We're going to do a test of the Aero wheels and non-Aero wheels. I have the hubcaps off right now. As you saw in one of my other videos, I got the center caps and the little lug nut covers. I have those on right now. We're going to go on the highway with autopilot going 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. And we're going to drive for quite a while. Not a long road test. And then we're going to drive back home. We're going to put the Aero wheels back on and then do the same trip and see if there's a difference. See what kilowatts. See, it's not gonna be a long trip, so it's gonna be might not be a huge difference, but you can calculate that out over a long period of time. What I have here, I've took one of the trip computers and I've zeroed everything out, and this is without the caps on, so 0 miles, everything, and we're gonna get going. Alright, we're finally on the highway. There's a little bit of back roads to get to the highway. So we actually went 7 miles now. I'll show you. 7 miles to get to the highway. And I mean, that's back roads. That's what you're going to be doing normally. Most people, before they get to the highway, before their major commute, they have a little bit of a drive through some country roads or some development or something like that. So I think 5 to 7 miles is going to be accurate. We're just going to see what the car can do with these Aero wheels, without the Aero wheels. Just going 5 miles over the speed limit, and that's fine. I'm going to be being passed all the time. We're going to head up 77 for, I don't know, we're going to head up quite a ways. Turn around, go back, and then put on the caps back on, and then do this again. When I get home, I'm going to pull in the garage so the car can start cooling off a little bit, because it was in the garage to begin with. I don't want the batteries to be super hot. So I want to be fair, take a little break, and then go do it again. Today is a beautiful day today. It says it's 89 degrees. Beautiful, typical North Carolina weather. There is some clouds though. Yesterday there was absolutely no clouds in the sky. It was beautiful. I was laying in the pool looking up in the beautiful sky. Like you can see here. Beautiful sky. This is typical North Carolina weather. I'm so glad we moved down here. We used to live in Cleveland, Ohio, and we'd get weather like this one day a week for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it would change. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just driving to see, doing a test. This is kind of boring without the radio on or anybody to talk to, because no one's in the car with me. My wife had stuff to do. How in the hell, Eric and Sean, did you do that hypermile challenge? 607 miles, I think it was. That had to be boring. Do that. I mean, I understand why you did it. It's cool. You got a world record and everything, but man, that would be so boring. Driving on that 20 or 30 miles an hour, whatever you guys did for that long of a period. Wow. I hope you guys were good friends, because man, that would be difficult. Props to you. I would never do that. But anyway, we've traveled 20 miles so far, 7 miles to get to the highway, and then obviously there's going to be 7 miles back to the house. I'm probably going to go up to maybe 1 or 2 more exits and then head back, so there'll be a total of 40 miles, 45, 50 miles on a trip. For each trip. That'd actually be really nice. It'd be easy to multiply it out. Back to more boring driving. Actually, I'm not driving. The car's driving. I am paying attention though. You got to pay attention, especially when you're turning lanes. Always have to look before you turn, just like every other car. It's like the complete opposite of this car. I think a diesel truck would get better fuel efficiency than that thing. Pulling back in the development, we're gonna let the car cool off, like I said. While I'm letting the car cool off, I'm gonna clean the pool a little bit. The family wants to go get in the pool, and I just wanna let you know that I'm sacrificing pool time for this video. I'd rather be in the pool. I'd rather be swimming, enjoying the weather, but I'm doing it for you and me. These are fun videos. 47.4 miles, 11 kilowatts, and an average of 225. I've left the air conditioning on at 70 the whole time. I don't want to change that. Went from 89 degrees to 90 degrees now. Now we're going to take the center caps off. And what I got here is some double-sided tape, some strong double-sided tape. I just balled up a section here, and we're going to put it on, and there we go. I was able to pull the cap off and didn't take any of the paint off. I'm going to line this up. And those lug nut covers are still on. All you have to do is just take off the center cap to put those back on. And we're going to rename. We're going to reset and rename. We're going to call it caps in all caps. Sorry, I got a weird sense of humor. Everything's zeroed out. We've got the hubcaps on, and we're gonna head out. Full disclosure, I do have a little bit more weight in the car. I do have 16.9 fluid ounces plus peanut butter crackers, so this is not totally scientific. I did add way too much weight. I am sorry. Test is null and void. Sorry. Might as well not even do it. Just kidding. Let's go. We're back out on the road, on the country road, on the way to the highway. My thoughts so far, I don't think there's going to be much of a difference. Granted, we only went 47 miles, so there's not going to be much of a difference there, but I'm going to multiply that out, say 1,000 miles or so, what someone would normally drive in a month, and see if there's a savings over 1,000 miles. But to give you a reference, we used 11 kilowatts, and I pay 10 cents a kilowatt at home. We have very cheap electricity here. To go 47 miles was only $1.10. That would be almost 2 gallons in a car. You know, it really depends on what state you're in, but here it's around $2.30. You can do the math there. It's quite cheaper to use electricity depending on where you live. And this car is a lot better than the S. I'd like to do the same test with the S and see the efficiency, see how well that is. I mean, it's pretty much the same size battery. Different technology of battery, but same size battery. So we're about to get on the highway. And I just want to thank everyone. We just hit 7,000 subscribers last night. It was really cool. I was actually able to catch that on video. Here it is. But I just want to thank everyone. It's a great community. I want to say 95% of the comments are positive and uplifting, and I want you guys to keep it up. Yes, I'm rambling because this is kind of boring. Looks like there's a multi-car accident up here. I looked on Waze and it's covering both lanes. I mean, we've gone 19.5 miles, 4 kilowatts used at 225, so our average is the same so far. I hope everyone's okay up there, but this sucks. I'm gonna try to save this. Hopefully this isn't a major accident where the road's shut down for a long time, but I turned the AC off. I've rolled down the windows, turned the AC off. Hopefully we don't use too much power just sitting here. I've got the car in park. We're at 19.6 miles in, 5 kilowatts now, 335 kilowatts used on average. We're finally starting to move. We didn't actually use any kilowatts. We didn't use any kilowatts. I'm sure it was using a little bit of power, standby power for the screen to be on. We're back moving a little bit. Once we get past the accident, then we'll be back on the road. And actually, my exit's right up here. I was gonna turn around anyway. Hope everything was okay there. There was only one car on the wrecker right there, but we saw 3 wreckers drive by, so again, hope everyone's okay. I'm up to 6 kilowatts now, but we're already going 70 miles an hour, so we're gonna really see what the difference is. If there's no difference with the wheels, then that means the wheels did make a difference because we're sitting there using power. Hopefully we see a difference, because I don't want to do this test again. I want to get back in the pool. I'm hot. It was hot sitting there with the windows down, 90 degrees. Right there is the reason why I got a Tesla to begin with for my wife. A Tesla is the safest car in the world. Rolling over a vehicle is always bad, but the Tesla roof is super strong. This particular roof is really strong. It is actually one of the safest roofs right here. Not just for autopilot and the electricity, saving the planet, hugging trees, all the other stuff. It was the safety was number one, and that just reiterates that. We're back home now. Same distance, obviously. Same kilowatts, actually. but higher watts per mile. But the watts per mile is higher, and now that could be due to I had the air conditioning running for a little bit while we were sitting there before I turned it off. So I really think that we were at 225 before, now we're at 232. I really think there's not much difference between the Aero wheels on and the Aero wheels off. Again, I'll have to do this test again. I don't think there's much difference. Take those hubcaps off. The wheels look pretty good, but I'm hot. I'm gonna go jump in the pool.